What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel and another DIY video. So Amohro Store has been a long-time sponsor and supporter of this channel. And today we're upstairs in my home because we'll be unboxing and installing another one of their LED mirrors in my upstairs guest bathroom. Now I'm super excited to be doing another install video. And for today's video, we'll be installing this 60 by 36 inch LED mirror, which is going to be replacing an existing mirror that came with the home itself. Now if you've seen one of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm obsessed with these mirrors from Amorho Store. Not only because they work well, but because they're durable and they look amazing when they're installed. In addition to that, they're also very easy to set up and install. Now, this mirror that we're installing today is slightly smaller than the one that I installed in our master bedroom in a previous video. It's got the same great features and it's got the same great look, but it sells at a slightly cheaper price of around $550. Now if you do decide you want to buy this mirror or any one of Amorho Store's other products after watching this video, I'll leave a link in the description section below that you can use. You can also make this an even better deal by using my discount code CHRIS15 for an additional 15% off any order. Stay tuned and I'll take you through the unboxing and our installation of this mirror. Okay, so if you've been following this channel, this is a third in a series of videos that I've posted where I'm going around the house and replacing existing mirrors with these mirrors that I got from Amorho Store. Now, like my master bathroom, this will be a conventional installation where I'm replacing my existing guest bathroom mirror with one of these amazing mirrors from Amorho Store. Now before we begin, this is just a glimpse of what my current guest bathroom looks like. And as you can see, although it does look very nice, it can definitely use a little bit more character. Now when planning the installation, I was debating between removing and replacing the existing LED lights and then just hardwiring the LED mirror only, or keeping the existing LED lights in place and then adding this LED mirror. Now, after talking it over with my wife, we ultimately decided to just add this LED mirror and keep the existing LED lights that we had previously installed. One, because we actually liked the LED lights that we installed. Two, we thought that this mirror would complement the existing LED lights. And three, we thought that we could give our guests the options of having more light if they needed it by adding this mirror. And then on top of that, by adding this LED mirror, it also gives us the option to make our bathroom super bright, and then we could just adjust it to a more comfortable level if we needed to. Now, although the mirror itself is pretty large, the box itself is actually not very heavy, and I could technically move it around on my own. Now, when it comes to the install, I decided to not stress myself out and got one of my friends to help me with the actual install itself. Now, from a shipping perspective, the mirror itself is packaged very well and it's insulated with styrofoam in order to protect the mirror from damage during shipping. Aside from the mirror itself, inside the box you'll find the instruction manual as well as the mounting brackets and screws and a single glove for helping you to move the mirror and remove any kind of fingerprints that might be left on the mirror during the install itself. Now, I don't know why they only sent one glove, but I assume it's because you need one hand to grip and one hand to move the mirror around. And whichever one you choose to use the glove on just makes it a little bit easier, but also keeps the fingerprints to a minimum. Now, just like the previous mirrors of this type that I unboxed from Amorho Store, the back of the mirror is where you'll find the control box as well as the defogger pad, which really helps to defog the mirror when needed, when that function is enabled. And then also, like the previous mirror that I installed, you do have the option to either simply plug the mirror into an outlet, or you can go the DIY route and splice the power cord and directly wire the mirror to power. Now for this install, just like my master bathroom mirror, I decided to take the easy route and just plug it into an existing outlet since there is one right next to the mirror itself. Now, I may decide to install an additional outlet at a later time behind the mirror, but we'll see how that goes. Now, when it comes to the install, as usual, we first needed to remove the existing mirror, which we started off by taping up the mirror And that's really just to avoid any kind of injuries or breaking the mirror itself. Now for this step, I definitely do recommend that you use painter's tape because it's easy to remove and doesn't leave any kind of residue. But what we did was we started off by taping up the mirror, really just to avoid any kind of injuries or even breaking the mirror itself, by taping every little part and then even the corners so that we can easily move it and also store the mirror for future use. And then once we got the existing mirror out of the way, all that was left was to remove the existing hardware and then prep the space for this new LED mirror that we got from Amorho store. Now, from a sizing perspective, I did order this mirror to be slightly smaller from a height perspective, so the LED lights surrounding the mirror could illuminate and make it stand out a little bit more. So instead of the mirror resting on the tile splash guard, it instead hovers above it, which I think is a nicer looking effect. Now, going back to the install, really all you have to do is measure the spacing and placement of the mirror, and then drill and affix the mounting brackets that the mirror will rest on onto the wall itself. Now for this, I wanted to make sure that I measured and identified a set of studs behind the wall where I could screw at least one hole in each of the different brackets into a stud for more durability. Now, if you do find yourself in a situation where you aren't able to find a stud, the mirrors themselves aren't that heavy, so even if you aren't able to hit a stud, the drywall itself using the brackets should be enough and able to hold the mirror itself. Now, once the brackets were installed, which is probably the most difficult part of the install, it was just a matter of lifting the mirror up and sliding the mirrors down along the wall until the brackets on the back hooked onto the overhangs on the back of the mirror itself. And then, simple as that, your installation is done. Now overall, it should only take about 15 to 30 minutes to complete the entire install of the mirror itself, especially if you're just going to be plugging the mirror into a nearby outlet. Now, if you're going to do the full install where you're going to hardwire the LED lights, it may take a little bit longer. And that really depends on your expertise, familiarity, and your comfort level of doing the hardwiring of the LED lights yourself. Now, if you're not familiar or you're nervous about doing this, then I definitely would look for an electrician to help out. Now, after the install was complete and we made sure the mirror was working, I just went ahead and did a little bit of cleanup by adding a little bit of caulk to hide any gaps in my existing tile that was covered up by the previous mirror. Now that was because the original mirror was installed by the home builders and they really didn't caulk any of the tile to the back wall and just hid that little gap with the mirror itself. So I just wanted to make sure that it would look nice by caulking up those gaps, because that part is now showing because this mirror hovers above the tile. And then after that, while the caulk was drying, I went back and started filling in some of the holes that were left by removing some of the screws that were holding in the original mirror. And then also adding a little bit of touch-up paint for any pencil marks and smudges that were made either before or during the install. Now, if you are interested, I use these little disposable syringe-like touch-up paint kits that my wife bought on Amazon and filled them up with paint that matched my existing wall color. Now, I highly recommend these little touch-up kits because it just makes it super easy to finish up those touch-ups without any kind of trouble or effort. Now, if you're interested in those, I'll also leave a link to those in the description section below. Now, once all of that was done, we simply just added back the decor, and again, the outcome was short of amazing. So, as you can see, the bathroom once again pops and has that additional character that was missing previously. And I think it looks amazing with our existing LED lights. In fact, it's actually amazing how an LED mirror like this can completely change the space and make it feel a lot more welcoming and a lot more elegant. Now, in addition to that, the mirror itself also has several different functions and settings which will allow you to customize the space by switching between 3 different temperature settings such as daylight, bright white, and warm light using the touch capacitive power buttons on the front of your mirror. So, for example, if you use the button on the far right, you can cycle through the different temperature settings such as off, daylight, bright white, warm, and again, off. So as you can see, the buttons themselves are very responsive. Now, in addition to that, you do also have the ability to dim and adjust the level of brightness by just simply pressing and holding the center button. So if you wanted to dim this, all you have to do is press and hold the center button and the light will dim. And then if you want to brighten it again, all you have to do is press and hold the button and it'll brighten as well. And you can do this for each different temperature setting. And then there's also the button on the very far left, which is the defogger button, which is what you'll use when it gets too humid in the bathroom, when you're taking a shower, for example, and everything starts to fog up. So what you're going to do is you're going to press the defogger button, which turns blue when it's on, and it will defog the center portion of the mirror where the defogger pad is. Now if you turn it off, the button should turn white again. So blue is for active and white is for off. Now, as a testament to the quality of these mirrors, I've actually had one of these mirrors in my master bathroom for almost a year now, and it still works flawlessly. In fact, it's bright enough that we didn't even need to install an additional light fixture in our bathroom. And because of how well the defogger works, we don't have to turn on the bathroom fan in order to defog the mirror when we take hot and steamy showers. Now, I also assume this mirror will also work exactly the same and will continue to work flawlessly for years to come as well. Now, the only difference is that this bathroom, unlike our master bathroom, has an additional LED light, which paired with this LED from the mirror gives us extra illumination and looks super nice. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please support me by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. I'll also leave a link in the description section below for this mirror and other Amohro store products, along with my discount code for 15% off of your purchase. Now I do have one more video coming up where I'll be doing another unconventional installation of another mirror from Amohro store, and we're doing that in my downstairs powder room. So you should also ring that bell icon to get notified when that and other videos are posted. Again, thanks for the continued support, and we'll see you in the next video.